What's up, everybody? This is Steve Sterlacci, and no, it was not fake. It was real. This is the new TONEX ONE from IK Multimedia. They sent this out to me in advance to do a demo on, and of course, I've been seeing all over the internet that one of the shops leaked it, unfortunately, so a lot of people were curious, had many questions, and were really interested in what this little thing can do. This thing is awesome. I think this is going to be a game changer in the amp capturing world. Look at the size of this thing. Are you serious? I mean, for me personally, I didn't use TONEX on my last touring pedal board because it was too big. And then IK comes out with this. Really, what I want to do today is just kind of talk about what it does and how it operates, because you all know how it sounds. I mean, it sounds like the TONEX. Everything about it sounds exactly like the bigger TONEX, the plug-in TONEX. So there's nothing different about the sound quality or anything limited. This sounds every bit as good and does every bit as much as the full TONEX pedal. This is just an abbreviated, smaller version. I wanted to cover how to use it and a couple of different use cases. And then I'm going to supplement this with some playing along the way. You all know how it sounds, but I feel like you can't do a demo like this without some playing at least. So while we're on the subject of TONEX and any form of direct recording solution or direct gigging solution, I am starting a podcast on digital amp modeling that's going to cover capturing just like things with the TONEX. So if that's something you're interested in, check out the links below. Check out stevesterlacci.com, sign up for my mailing list. All I'm basically going to do with it is tell you when the first episode is live. And yeah, we're going to have definitely guests that are TONEX users talking about all things amp modeling and capturing. So it comes stock with 200 tone models, and you also have access to the ToneNet, which has over 25,000 captures, tone models, whatever you want to call them. So there's plenty of sounds out there. This only comes with the SE plugin. It doesn't come with TONEX Max. And even some of the stock ones that come with the pedal are from different capture packs, like premium ones. Like one of the Dumbles is in here. So you're not just getting 200 kind of throwaway tone models. You're actually getting some legit ones that are built into here. Oh yeah, and the price, $179. How are you going to tell me that this is not worth $179 just to even have in a gig bag as a throw around thing? But what's interesting about this, and something I didn't even think about, I never thought of this as a distortion modeler or a distortion or fuzz pedal, but this being so small and such a tiny package really got me thinking about using this as a full distortion modeler or overdrive modeler or capture and whatever. You know what I mean, terminology wise. Putting all of my drive pedals in this one, and then I can just rotate to whatever drive pedal I want that day or whatever drive pedal I need that day. And that's it. Even if I'm not using the amps, if I'm using my real amps, I could just model drive pedals on this. The whole thing basically runs on either an A/B system or a bypass. So what I mean by that is it can be A/B, which I think it's in currently, where it's switching between capture A and capture B or whatever you're using, tone model A, tone model B. And then there's a bypass where if you're using it as a standalone distortion pedal, you can just bypass it and enable it just like a normal pedal. And for those keeping score, this is a mono input and a stereo output. So you still can't do your stereo amps, which I know a lot of people are bummed about, but at $179, just buy two. Do you really need stereo amps? Like, where are you playing? But I've always made do with one amp for everything I do. So if you do it a different way, that's cool too. I'm just breaking balls here. For me personally, I would use this as an A/B clean and dirty amp and use this with my HX Stomp XL rig. And that's pretty much it. I would just swap between two amp sounds or maybe the same amp sound with a little bit more gain, a little bit more for a solo boost. Something really cool is that this little guy is an interface. So if you notice, I'm not plugged into the 9-volt up top. I'm actually plugged in via USB, and the USB is powering this. So this is USB powered, and you can plug into it and use it as an interface, plug your headphones into one end, guitar into another end, and have a whole recording interface right here. So looking at the front panel, you've got your main knob, you've got micro knobs, you've got your alt button, foot switch, input and output jacks. And this is basically how you're going to navigate the entire pedal. And let's go through a couple of the ways you could do that on the manual. Using the manual, in the manual, what am I even saying? So front panel connections, we got this here. Micro knobs, you're going to be able to rotate doing this. And then when you set up to alt, That's just like the regular TONEX pedal. And the foot switch, like we said, is going to be between A and B, or in dual mode, or bypass the pedal in stomp mode, which is on-off mode. And you can hold it to access your tuner. So this is something cool. This is autosave. So TONEX ONE automatically saves any changes applied to the current preset in real time. This analog-like behavior avoids any edit loss for faster and smoother experience without the need to manually save changes. I do like that because with TONEX, I feel like if you're making an adjustment, it's probably going to stick. Typically you just make it and it's just done and you're not doing much with it anymore. So I do like that it is autosave. Whatever you do is going to be there, especially when you can't see a menu and you can't see if something's edited or not. So I do like that. Okay, so let's talk about these colors. So in the image that was leaked, a lot of people are pointing out that there's different colors and maybe they did different things, but they don't. So the colors, red means you're clipping. Green is pedal in dual mode, which it is, which mine currently is, as you can see. So that you can see the colors changing, right? You can see that colors are changing, and I'm staying in green mode because I'm in dual mode. Amber indicates that it's in stomp mode, which means that it's going to bypass like a normal pedal. Blue indicates that the pedal is in setup mode. Shell pink is tuner. Purple indicates that you're in browsing through your presets. So you do have, I think, 20 presets on here that that you could scroll through when you're in that mode. Another really useful thing is a safe mode, so that if your foot accidentally hits this volume knob, it's not going to do anything. Safe mode is going to be really great while you're gigging or while you're performing. And this is basically how you're going to run the whole thing. I'm just going to kind of breeze through this quickly. You're going to have this in your hands to really figure it out. Hold down your Alt button for 6 seconds, and that's going to take you into setup mode. You'll see this Alt button turn blue. And now to set this up, you're going to be, it's right here in the manual. So you see your mode selector is micro knob number 1. So if I'm in dual mode, which is green, you see how this is green? Yeah. Green. And now if I rotate this, it'll turn orange. So when I rotate that and turn it orange, it's now going to be in bypass mode, which means it's going to act like a normal pedal. Then you have your cab bypass on micro knob 2, your input trim micro knob 3. So this is a hard one to tell because for your global trim, noon is 0. So I'm going to just basically give a little bit of love down, like maybe just a hair input trim down slightly, because I can make that up with the volume and gain knob. And then when you're in setup mode, this is a global volume. So if your TONEX for some reason is really low output or really super hot, go into this menu and check that out. I'm going to tap my foot switch and get out of this for now. So it's pretty simple to use. It seems complicated at first, but once you have it in your hands and you start doing it a little bit, it makes things a lot easier to understand. It's really simple to use, fairly well thought out. Hats off to IK for thinking this out the way that they did. And yeah, let's get to some tones. And I'm basically just going to play out a little bit. If you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. I want to thank IK for sponsoring the video. Check out all the links below. And if you made it this far, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. All right, so let's just get started. This is the first preset that it comes with. This is the super reverb that comes stock. This is your first preset when you buy the pedal. This is my new Heritage H150 Core Custom Shop. Love this guitar. It's my first day with it. I just opened it last night. And now if I just tap the foot switch, I go to B, which is now the Marshall JCM 800. Just feels great. One thing about the TONEX always is that it just feels so good. This is a Dumble clean sound from the Dumble pack that they put out. That's a great clean. Oof, I really like that. That's a Mesa clean sound too. Here's a pop punk one. Pretty pop punk to me, I guess. This one called Palm Muting. I hear that noise gate. Ooh, that's a killer sound. All right, so here I've got a tone model pulled up in my DAW, which is a clean one. It's a Soldano SLO 100 clean sound. And here's what that sounds like. And you'll see now I'm in the standalone version of TONEX for the pedal, and I'm using it as a plugin in my DAW. So right now, I've got this clon in my Stomp mode, which is the top right, in bypass. So now I'm going to hit it on. Couple of different pedal options here. So it works there as a pedal going into a TONEX amp also.